Sharon Stone has been talking about the shenanigans going on with the producer Robert Evans and Billy. What's his name now? Billy Baldwin, who was her co-star. Well, I thought her co-star was Michael Douglas. Anyway, apparently the Billy Baldwin's performance was fairly dull. I don't remember it, actually. I really don't remember Baldwin being in the film at all. And I don't remember anything else he's done. And that may be the issue. And the producer apparently was putting pressure on Sharon Stone to sleep with him. That's Baldwin rather than Evans, saying this was part of the job description. I don't see it as part of the job description. This is part of Hollywood abuse. And Sharon Stone goes on to explain how later, after the film, she lost custody of her child because the judge said that she was making sex films. It's extraordinary. As she says, 3 months making a film and she loses her child because of that film. And there's no suggestion that she then went on and followed through with the ideas of Robert Evans. I think she resisted. But it's an appalling display of power from the Hollywood system. It's the sort of power that you see today, particularly in reality TV, and it's a distasteful display of the form of manipulation that was at its height in old Hollywood, in the 1930s Hollywood. And we shouldn't be paying that sort of price for entertainment. This is gladiatorial. And it's good that this information is getting out. Robert Evans was a remarkable producer, and I think he had the first 2 Godfather films under his belt. I'm rather a fan of the third Godfather film, and I'm not sure who produced that. But certainly Godfather 2 is one of the most remarkable films in the canon of Hollywood, particularly since the 1970s. And Sharon Stone has had a tough time adjusting to the horrible realities, the shoddy realities of abuse in the industry, as indeed has Mel B. Mel B has now just bought a house, having moved home after a particularly abusive relationship, and been living with a head down in Leeds. And, proud Leeds girl, she's now got her head firmly held up, and she's hoping for a reunion of the Spice Girls and for marriage in St. Paul's Cathedral with a dress designed by Victoria Beckham. Can't get better than that, really, can it? But, there is life after the horrors of enduring, controlling production. And that's why we have unions. That's why we have management and agents to try to circumvent the control of the business people who have no talent. The only thing they've got is money and putting their hands in their pockets. And that's not always to get the money out. And the unions began. One of the first major theatre unions was the Variety and Artists Federation, and great individuals like Mary Lloyd led the way in the first strike, calling out the performers, the variety artists, from the music halls to make a point that they should be paid more, that simply because somebody's got a big name doesn't automatically mean that that person should be paid significantly more than somebody who appears night after night on the same stage. And as for the variety artists, they were appearing 3 shows, 4 shows a day. And 3 shows a day, as anyone who's been involved in panto knows, is tough. It's a tough call. And simply because people are involved in entertainment doesn't mean they're not doing a hard job. They're doing a hard job, believe me. And Sharon Stone has worked hard to stay at the top, as indeed has Mel B, and I wish them both all the very best.